Welcome. If you are new here, if you've never seen one of my tutorials before, if you could hashtag newbie in the comments so I can welcome you. And then if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much for doing so, and hashtag replay in the comments so I can see who's rewatching. And then if you will do me such a big favor, and if you could click that share button in your bottom left hand corner, that helps me out so incredibly much, especially in this really hard time. So I would so appreciate if you could click that share button and share to, if you're part of any groups here on Facebook or pages or anything like that. I'd be so grateful if you could share this tutorial there. I know a lot of people out there enjoy watching makeup tutorials. It's a perfect time to be distracted and be entertained. Hopefully I can be entertaining enough. And then today we're going to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. I mean, we're going to do the same style of tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how to do eyeshadow. We're going to talk eyebrows. We're going to talk all the things. But today the only difference is I'm going to show you guys how to apply all the different types of foundations. So, like, red alert warning, this is not normally the coverage that I am going to apply, nor am I telling you to apply this much makeup, but I do want to show you guys all the different options that younique has and how to use them. So I'm going to post my shopping link right here in the comments. So everything you're about to see is going to be available right here on my website, rheahopebeauty.com, which I'm going to pin right there. So everything you're going to see, you can buy right there. What I love about this makeup brand is that you can return it if you don't love it for your money back. There's no like subscription, must have, sign up, nothing. It's just like shopping from Target. You buy what you want, when you want, how you want. So again, it's going to be right here, rheahopebeauty.com. I love younique's eyeshadow brushes. I really, really do. I have like big eyes, but the lid space on my eyes, I don't feel like I have that much space. So I really love makeup brushes that don't overpower my eyes or are too big and make it hard to blend. So I really love that younique has like smaller eye brushes, if that makes any sense. But I really love our facial brushes and our eyeshadow brushes. They make applying your makeup so incredibly, so much more incredibly easy, honestly. And they last for a really, really long time. I've almost had all of my makeup brushes for like 4 years. It's crazy. And they're still as good as day one. Thank you guys. I'm going to give you guys full outfit details on my bralette and my tank top and all the things over on my Instagram story as soon as I get off here. Oh, not everyone is leaving. I will be here forever. But I am going to show you guys all the different foundation options. So we have 5. So we have 5 different foundation options with our line, and everyone's skin is different. Everyone's preference is different, whether you like full coverage, light coverage, medium coverage. It's all, hold on one second. It's all personal preference. Now, if you guys need a recommendation on what product is best for you, just message me and I can give you a recommendation on what products are best with your skin type, your preference of coverage, etc. So just message me and I would be thrilled to help you. So the 4 options, we have our pressed powder foundation, which is really great for all over coverage, which I'm going to use today. I'm also going to show you how to highlight with it, and you can also contour with it. So lots of options with the Mineral Touch pressed powder. We also have, which I'm going to use for the first time in probably like 2 years, the loose powder foundation. I don't personally prefer loose powder. I don't like the way it feels on my skin. I have naturally oily skin, but I know a lot of people who love loose powder. So I'm going to show you guys how I would apply the loose powder foundation. It's also another option with the, instead of a pressed powder, to set your foundation. So I'm going to show you how to use the loose powder foundation. We also have a stick foundation, which is more similar to a cream foundation. It is like a creamy stick. And this I love. I've been loving how to use it as concealer. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, but you can also use this as all over coverage as well. And then we have a BB Flawless Complexion Enhancer. This is more of a moisturizing light to medium coverage. This is very similar to kind of like a CC cream. It's very hydrating, has a natural SPF in it, and is like a good, very light, very fast coverage. So we're going to start our routine using this. And then lastly, and my favorite, is the Liquid Touch Foundation, and this is so amazing. It's such full coverage. It's a medium to full coverage. It goes on liquid, dries into a powder finish. It is so, so, so good. You love the BB and the stick? Yes. So you can use all of these foundations in combination with one another. They all are the same they all have the same base. So they really mesh together really, really well. So you can mix whatever you want and you're going to love the outcome. So I love that about our line, that it can kind of be mixed and matched too. Yes, the spray foundation. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. We do have the spray foundation. I'm not going to use the spray foundation in this tutorial, however, just because it's not in stock, and I'm afraid that my skin would look insane with 6 different foundations on top. So I have recorded this tutorial on how to apply the spray foundation though, so if you're curious on how to do it, I have a tutorial on that here on my Facebook page. So let's begin. I'm going to pin up my hair really fast and then we'll start. Did anyone win the 400? Yes, we messaged the winner. She was a single mom. I forget where she was from. Kansas, I think. And she was really grateful. It was really sweet. I'm going to message you. I have never used foundation, but I like light coverage. Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited to help you. Okay, let's see. How do you get full coverage with the liquid? I've done that tutorial in probably the last week, so you can watch any of those on the replay, Amanda, but I will also show you other options too. Yes, BB is super good for summer. Absolutely. Okay, so let's start off. All right, so on my skin right now, and this is really, really important for everyone's skin type, skin tone, skin preference. I don't care what your deal is, you have to do this pre-makeup routine. It's so good. So what I have on my skin right now is the Touch Behold setting spray. I always wash my face in the morning. I spray my face with rose water, which reduces redness. It's a toner and it adds hydration. So I spray my face with the rose water when I wake up. And then when I'm ready to do my makeup, I will spray my face with the setting spray. I spray it all over. This is really going to kind of prep my skin for everything that's about to come. So then I take about a pea-sized amount, maybe a teeny tiny bit more, of my mattifying face primer. This is a brand new primer from Younique, and it's incredible. This is going to start to blur all your imperfections. It begins to blur your pores. It fills in all your fine lines, creases, pores, everything, and it really creates a very even, nice base for your foundation to sit on top of. It's going to make your makeup look full coverage. It's going to make your makeup look even more perfect, meaning that it's blurring the imperfections underneath the makeup, which makes it just look a lot smoother and softer on the skin. So mattifying face primer is on next. I will let my skin absorb that primer for like 3 to 5 minutes. Just depends what my kids are up to. I usually will do my hair, or I'm making a snack, or mom life. So then after I let my primer sit on my skin for a few minutes, then I do my setting spray one more time. And I really think that that's like the secret. Setting spray, primer, setting spray. So the second time of setting spray really sets the primer so nothing's moving around. Also adds a teeny tiny bit of hydration to your skin as well, so you don't feel dry at all. Yes, the rose water is amazing. I also use it at night too. So you do the setting spray before primer, exactly. Setting spray, primer, setting spray. Okay, so we're going to get started. So BB Flawless Complexion Enhancer first. Make sure that you are always mixing up your Mineral Touch foundations, which is what these are. It really, really matters. So I'm using the shade Bisque. Let me get a napkin. Okay, so I'm going to use the shade Bisque, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit of that on my finger. I should have shaken it the other way. It's almost time for me to order more. Okay, so I'm going to use like that much on my hand, and I'm just going to dot this around my skin. So now this coverage, you can apply with your hands, you can apply with the powder concealer brush, or you can apply with the blending buds. It's all personal preference because this is going to be like our base. I'm just going to use it with my hands. This is also my like summer routine when we're at the pool because it has a natural SPF in it, and it's very light coverage, it just simply takes away the redness out of your skin and begins to even out your coverage. It is very, very light on your skin, doesn't accentuate fine lines and wrinkles. It is more of a BB CC cream, but I love that it just tones down the redness in your skin and begins to give a little bit of just even coverage. So just like that, all over, kind of blend in those little spots. And now this can be a really great base for you if you have dry skin. If you have really cactus-like dry skin, this is a really good little base for you because you can apply it on and then you can apply any other foundations you're wanting, or you can apply it by itself. You could do another layer to bump up the coverage, but this is simply one tiny little layer of this is going to simply just take away the redness in my personal skin. So if you are more just wanting something to even out your coverage, BB floss would be a good option. So that was just cactus-like dry skin. Like cactus is dry. Like it's in the desert. So the BB floss I really love for just taking away the redness, adding hydration to the skin. So you can totally build this up to be more of a medium coverage, but that is all I'm going to do. So I would personally like to use my fingers to apply it, but like I said, you can also use the blending buds to do so also. Yes, I love that mixture. So another thing that you can do is you can use your BB Flawless and squirt it on top of your powder concealer brush. And then you could take your Liquid Touch foundation. I'm going to shake this up as well. Always squeeze the topper too. And squirt it right on top. You guys have seen me do this so many times. That is probably by far my favorite coverage, which I'll show you how you can do that as well. So you're just going to take your BB Flawless. I need to buy more. And squirt a little bit of that right on top. And then you'll just take your Liquid Touch foundation and you'll squirt it right on top of that. Just like that. And then you'll dot it around your skin. And then you'll start to blend this in just like so. So just like that, that's how you can kind of mix your foundations together, getting it a little bit more coverage and starting to take away even more redness and getting that like really flawless finish. And then this is my favorite brush to apply it, to do that step with, again, which is called the powder concealer brush. And all of the foundations are actually on sale in the Kudos, all of them. It's all an option. You get to choose which foundation you want, which primer you want, and which brush you want. So you get to choose all of it. Sorry, I have like an eyelash. Got my Free Levite. Yay! I'm so excited to use the setting spray before you apply BB cream. I always do setting spray, primer, setting spray. Always, always, always. And I have like, what's happening there? Got my brushes. They've been quarantined basketball days. Can't wait to try them out. Yay! I'm so excited. Or the Kudos last night. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Okay, so that right there is even more coverage, but that is another option for coverage, mixing the two together. Okay, so now what you can do is you can use the Liquid Touch foundation all by itself as well. And I like to apply that the same exact way. So just on top of my powder concealer brush. And then I'll start to dab that around. And now you could do it two ways. You can apply it like this with the Liquid Touch foundation. I'm just going to get the product off the brush so I can show you the other way. And then, or you can use the blending bud. And you can... just wiping whatever's left on that just so I don't waste. And you can apply that with the blending bud. And the blending bud, you guys, I'm swearing to you, really, 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 really makes a huge, huge difference on the outcome of your foundation. It really makes your makeup look so much more smooth. It really does bump up the coverage. And if you have a lot of fine lines, wrinkles, or large pores, it's really going to make a very large difference in how smooth your makeup looks despite those things. It's going to fill in those fine lines and creases rather than just buffing your foundation on top. The Levite is a straightener brush. Except the spray foundation is not a choice. Yes, spray foundation is not a choice because it's out of stock. I got my brushes, so excited. Okay, so now that we have our blending bud and we are just blending in everything, you can already see how full coverage and gorgeous this makeup is. Isn't that amazing? So right now, all on our skin, we just have on the BB Flawless and the Liquid Touch. That's it. So if you wanted something a little bit lighter, you could stick with just the liquid touch. If you wanted something more medium to full, you could stick with the liquid, or you can put them both together. Or we have the other option of the stick foundation. Now I'm going to use the shade Scarlet in this. There's a fuzzy on here. Where are all these fuzzies everywhere? I'm going to use the shade Scarlet as concealer today, but you can use this as your full coverage. Like I said, it is a cream-based foundation, so all my mature skin ladies, you tend to really love this because it's not super heavy on your skin. If you have really dry skin, you also would really love this. So that is a stick foundation, and you would apply it just as you saw. Just mark up your face however you wish. Now, my favorite two ways of applying this product is the kabuki brush, which if you're doing full coverage all over, I would take this and I would just start to stipple this all over the place and just to blend it in. So kabuki brush would be my favorite way to apply the stick foundation. Otherwise, you can do like I'm doing and use your blending bud. So now if we were putting this all over, I would use my larger foundation one, but because we're using it as concealer and this is the shade Scarlet, I'm going to use a smaller one and we're just going to start dabbing this in and blending that in. Now I really have been loving this stick foundation as my concealer lately because it's not thick, it's not heavy, it doesn't get cakey or creasy. It is so lightweight on my under eye, which is really important because the under eye is the thinnest layer of skin on your face. So you don't want like a ton of product under there, especially when it comes to concealer. So I've been really loving this product and how firm it makes my under eyes look and just how flawless it makes them look as well. I also pop this product up onto my eyelids as well. So there we have the liquid. I showed you how to use that. BB Flawless or the stick foundation. So for oily skin, you can use any of these products, but now, Danielle, it's going to come down to how you set the products. I have oily skin. So for example, if I were to just contour, highlight, whatever at this point and not set it properly for my oily skin, I would look like a greasy, oiled up pig by the end of the day. Or my makeup would just rub off or just slide off my face. Now, if you're like, that's me, you're going to want to pay attention to these next steps. So the first thing that you can do is use a setting powder. So this is not a foundation, but I need to set my makeup, so bear with me here. If you have dry skin or normal skin, you can move on to the next step. But before you set your makeup, you're going to really want to make sure that all your fine lines, your creases, your pores, all the things are all exactly the way you want them, because as soon as you set it, that is all she wrote, ladies. It's going to stay like that all day. So I always kind of touch up any fine lines that may be forming. I'm going to take a dry beauty blender. This is not from Younique. This is actually from Real Techniques. You can find it on Amazon. I like it because it's flat. So we're going to take the setting spray and I'm going to mist this over the blending bud. And now I'm going to take my Touch Behold translucent setting powder and I'm going to dip it into the powder just like that. And now I'm just going to dab this on wherever I am really oily or wherever I find that creases a lot or has a lot of fine lines, etc. Like I said, if you are more dry skinned, you can skip this step. But I will give you another option on how you can set your makeup so it still looks really flawless throughout the day, even if you're not oily. My daughter is interested in the biz. Absolutely, Terry, please. I'm not necessarily, but I sweat a lot. So this would be the same exact technique that you'd want to use, Wendy. You may look dry at first. If you do get really sweaty, you're going through menopause or anything like that. You may look dry at the beginning, but as the day goes on and those oils and that sweat starts to emerge, this is going to absorb all of that. So instead of it pushing against your foundation, it's going to be absorbing into the setting powder. So the only foundation brush that I prefer is the powder concealer brush or the kabuki brush. The foundation brush that Younique has with like the hole in the middle, I'm not a fan of. I don't like that one, to be honest. Just messaged me and said she just did. Oh, good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my fan brush and I'm just going to sweep away any excess of that powder, just so I have like a very fine layer of that all over. So now if you have more dry skin or normal skin, you can utilize a little mesh plate that usually comes with it so you don't use a ton of product, but I popped the cap off mine so I could use that baking technique. Okay, so that is not a foundation, but you can already see how much softer my skin looks, how much fuller coverage it looks, so that's another option too. Okay, so now for my normal skin to dry skin girls, this is what you could do to set your under eye. That's very flawless as well. So this is the Mineral Touch Pressed Powder. So this is the other foundation option that we have. And this is the shade Scarlet that I'm going to use for highlighting effects. And I'm going to take my my blending bud that's dry. And I'm just going to press this underneath my eye just like this. And this is going to set that area. And it's also going to add like a very pretty highlighted effect. Now, I know this color is out of stock, but hopefully it comes back in stock soon. But if you wanted to set your under eye without a highlighted effect, you can use your true shade. So the other way to use the pressed powder is like a normal pressed powder. We're going to take a big giant kabuki brush and we're going to tap it in our pressed powder. And this is in the shade Taffeta, which is like my true shade. And I highly recommend this powder for all skin types, skin tones, preferences on coverage. I don't care. You are going to be obsessed with this pressed powder. It's so silky soft. It's not heavy. It's not cakey. It really makes your makeup look so soft, so flawless, more like a porcelain doll. It's so stunning. And like I said before, it's not heavy and it's not cakey. So I love that I can just pound this on all over the place and really bump up the coverage without feeling like, oh gosh, now I look so dry, or I look so heavy, or I look like I have so much powder on my face. It's not like that at all. So I swear by using a big kabuki brush like this. You can message me for the link to that. This one's not by Younique either, but you can message me, like I said, to use it. Okay, so now for the very last foundation option that we have. And again, like red warning sign, I don't normally wear this much foundation, and 2, I'm not recommending for you to use all 5. I'm just teaching you how to use each one. Okay, so the next one that we have is called the Eulogy, or is it Eulogy? No, the Loose Powder Foundation is what it's called. I thought it had something special in the beginning. So this is the shade Poplin. So this is the loose powder. So it comes like this, and it has this little cap on it. So it comes like that. So now this product is really great for my girls that don't wear makeup or don't love makeup, or you just want something very fast, give you a little bit of color to your skin, and that's it. This is a good product for you because it's very pigmented, it's very light on your skin, and it's really great if you have mature skin or normal to oily skin as well. So this is the shade Poplin, and I'm going to take my powder concealer brush. So this would be my favorite way to apply it, would be this guy. Obviously, it probably wouldn't have liquid on it, so just keep that in mind. But what you want to do is you're just going to bounce it in here, and it's going to grab that product. And then with a very light hand, you're just going to swirl this over your makeup, just like this. Or not over your makeup, over your skin. So usually I wouldn't use this product to set my makeup, but I'm trying to show you how to use all of them. So what you would do, for instance, for this product is you would apply your concealer if you're using concealer, or you would apply your BB cream if you wanted to mix the two, and then you would use this kind of as a pressed powder, but also as a foundation. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. And this is an option in the Prudent as well. So you're just going to take it and you're just going to swirl like this over your skin. I'm trying not to like press too hard because I don't want to look really heavy with all this foundation, but this is what you can do, and it really is really gorgeous, very stunning coverage. I'm trying not to get on my under eye because I've already highlighted that part, but you would go all over with this product. The other way that you could use it is you would take a dry beauty blender and you would push that in and you would push underneath. So you do the same exact technique that we did with the pressed powder, but it'd be with the loose. So the loose powder is a really cool product because it's kind of like a 2-for-1. I will make sure that this week I'll do a tutorial just using the loose powder so you can really see the coverage because it is really pretty. So that was a loose powder foundation in the shade Poplin. If you're similar complexion than I am, that would be the color that you would use. Okay, so I'm putting foundation powder, then baking. Maybe that's where I'm messing up. So yes, you're going to want to bake before you set. I'm velour and pressed, and it's out of stock. Do you think taffeta will be okay? I do. Excuse me. Taffeta is just ever so lightly darker. It's perfect though. I go between the two all the time. I'll give you guys all the details on all my jewelry and my shirt and my bralette and stuff over on Instagram. If you're not following me there, make sure you do so. My name on there is Rhea Hope. Rhea Hope. All right, so now that we've used our stick foundation, our liquid foundation, our BB Flawless, our loose powder, our pressed powder. Now let's contour and highlight. So like I said, all the foundation options are on sale in the Kudos. So make sure you snag your Kudos. And then if you're not sure which of the 6 foundation options or 5 foundation options, I lost count how many I've done so far, just message me and I can give you a recommendation on what product is best for your for your skin. I missed a part of your words. I ordered poplin loose powder. Did you say use it alone? You can use it with the BB Flawless and you can use it with the concealer, or you could use it by itself. I wouldn't really use it with the liquid touch and the loose powder together unless you really want like super full coverage. Like if you want like Studio Fix style, like really full coverage, you can use that. It may feel heavy. I'm just putting that warning out there. Teach their own. You may like it. I don't know. But I personally would use it with either the BB Flawless and apply that and then do the loose powder on top. Or I would do your concealer under your eye and then put the loose powder on. On Instagram is here. I'll give you guys a link to my Instagram. It is going to be right there. So you can click that and it will take you to my Instagram page. Okay, so now for contouring, we are going to use the beachfront bronzer in the shade Hermosa. This color still is in stock. The pressed powders are going to be retiring, so if you do love them like I do, definitely make sure you stock up and you grab them because they are so incredible, you guys. They give you the best warm, like sun-kissed glow to your skin. They aren't completely matte, so they don't make you look muddy or heavy or dirty. They really give you this really gorgeous glow. So I'm just going to go around the jawline and then we're going to do the other side. So you can already see the huge difference on why you contour. So one side versus no contour, look how this side looks much more round, looks a little bit more washed out. This side looks much more put together, much more tailored, tapered. My under eye looks brighter, tighter, more youthful. Click the little thumbs up. Thank you if you guys see that difference. See that? It makes such a huge difference. Now look at my complexion as a whole, okay? Screenshot. Now watch as I contour my forehead. And I just follow my hairline and I kind of focus it in the temples, just in this area right here. I don't like to go beneath my eyebrows. It's all personal preference. Some people love to connect it like an E and a 3, but me, I just like to stick it up here and not go below my eyebrows. But now that I've contoured my forehead, now look at my complexion. See how much more blended it looks and how much more like normal? It doesn't look so washed out. It looks very subtle. It's very gorgeous. This was the shade Hermosa in the beachfront bronzer. If you are going to want to pick up this product, definitely make sure that this tool is in your shopping cart. It makes the biggest difference on how gorgeous your contour turns out. So I tap it in, swirl into the cap. You can tap some off, top of the ear to the corner of the mouth. And then you're just going to go back and forth like this. And I'm not pushing super hard. And then turn the brush so it goes vertical, like horizontal or vertical. And just swirl over that area and that will soften that line up. So now it looks very blended and doesn't look like you have a straight up line on your face. I know, I'm really sad that the bronzer's retiring, but Younique never lets us down. They always will. There's a method to their madness always. Okay, so now we're going to contour the nose. Super easy. I'm going to squeeze my brush. This brush is called the tapered blusher brush, and it's going to be under tools. It's also going to be included in the Kudos. I'm going to contour underneath my bottom lip to make it look more poutier, but just like that. Oh, I love this contour. It's so gorgeous. Okay, so now for blush, I'm going to do the shade Supple for today's blush color. It's really, really pretty everyday kind of peachy blush. I'm going to take it on the regular blusher brush. Now here's why you swirl. I get some questions on that here and there. If I were to tap it in and tap it straight on, where would all the pigment go? You can clearly see it's like all residing right there. Now, if I were to push this on my face right now, where would all that blush go? I'd get a chunk right there and I'd have to blend it out. So this is what you want to do. You want to take it, you tapped it in. Now you're going to swirl in the cap. You can tap some product off. Now look how much softer and even it looks on my brush head. Isn't that such a big difference? Now when you go in with it and you tap, 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 now it's gonna look soft, it's gonna look subtle, it's gonna look stunning on, and it's gonna give you this really pretty peachy, kind of bronzy blush color. Isn't that so gorgeous? Oh, I love this color. So again, this is shade Supple. You're gonna smile so you have that apple, you know where to pop it. Pop it like a drop it, just like this. And you're just gonna tap, tap, tap. And you're gonna go like bronzer, blush, highlight is kind of how it stacks. But just like that. And I love this color because it gives you a really pretty like bronzy glow. So if you love that like berry, summertime, warm complexion, it's really pretty on. Yes, Supple is the name of that blush. Okay, so now for highlight, I'm going to use two products, same exact color in the shade Lustrous, but we're going to do the Touch of Mode Luminizers, and we're going to do the cream to powder first, and it's a stick. I don't use a stick on my face, I use it on my finger, because this is going to be really hard, and we don't want to move around our foundation. So I'm going to use this product and just bounce this off the highest parts of my cheekbone, and this is going to make it look much more blended into our skin. And it's going to give us this really, really pretty, like sun-kissed glow. It's really gorgeous photographed. Not that we have anyone taking our pictures right now, but it really is. And then I'm going to dust this. It's just a fluffy brush right on top of that product. And this is going to really make it pop. Really make it pop. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So just on this side. And you don't have to use both products. You can use one or the other, but it's all personal preference, like I always say. Okay, so that is my highlight. Oh. And now we're ready for our eyebrows. I'm using the shade Lustrous for today. Lustrous. Thank you. Look more awake to veering out your eyes. Exactly. Precisely. All right, so now for brows. I'm going to use the Lash Brow Comb first to comb out any foundation, get my eyebrows moving in the same direction. Do you know if they will bring back the contour concealer sticks from the summer? I don't think so. I don't. But there is the, if you love a cream contour, I believe that the contour palette is still available. A little dirty. Okay. So now for brows, I'm going to use the Brow Obsession palette. This is a really great product if you have really sparse eyebrows, or if you are balling on a budget and you want something to really prolong, last long. So this product really lasts a long time. And then now I'm going to take the Brow Obsession brush, or I'm sorry, Brow Artist brush is the name of this. This is a must-have with this product. You need both. You have to. So we're going to take the angled side. See how dainty that is? It's perfect. We're going to tap it in the pomade on both sides, and then I'm going to tap it in the darker color because that matches my brow hair, or my hair color. You guys, look how dark my roots are. I don't think I've ever seen my roots this bad. I hope our salon's open soon. Okay, so we're going to take our angled side, and where my tear duct is, you go straight up. That's where you know where to like cap off your eyebrow or start your eyebrow. And I very light-handedly do like a little line there. And then I'm going to do a little line pressing-wise to connect it on top. Then I'm going to connect it on the bottom. I don't really have any brow hair here in the front, so we're going to totally fake it. So now that we have like our box, we know where our eyebrow should go. Now I'm going to take whatever product is left over, and I'm going to start to drag this towards the arch, just like that. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. And now I'm gonna grab a little more powder, and we're gonna do that again, but now we're going to follow our brow, and we're gonna take it through the actual brow hair. And now underneath, same thing. Instead of drawing like a line, I like to kind of feather it through. I think it looks a little bit more natural than so boxy or so like stamped on. And now that we have like the outline of our brow, now I'm going to take this, and I have the powder on it, and now I'm very lightly just going to color in. Staying in between the lines. And then you just color in until you like the outcome. Now, if you wanted your eyebrows to look a little more ombre, which some people prefer, you can use the lighter brown in the front and the darker brown in the back. That's why you get two. You also get the options of the two colors. If you have lighter brown hair, darker brown hair, just whatever your hair color is. Thank you. I use our Esteem Lash Serum, which is our lash growth serum. I actually use it on my eyebrows as well before bed. That's kind of how I've gotten my brow hair to grow a little bit thicker and darker. So if you have no brow hair, or if you have very sparse eyebrow hair, you can use that product as well. It's only $24 too. It's such a good price. And that's going to be under eyelashes on the website. Again, it's called the Esteem Lash Serum. And you can use it on your eyebrows and your lashes. Do you ever use the other stick foundation in the dark color to contour? I don't personally prefer a cream contour, so to answer your question, no. But I do know a lot of people that do and that love it. So if you did want to use the stick foundation to contour, you can use the shade Chenille. I feel like cream contours are better for people who have dry skin because then you don't have to set it. Like for me, I have to set my whole face, so setting it with powder and then putting a cream contour over it wouldn't really look that great. It would look a little muddy. So it doesn't work on my skin, but if you do have dry skin, you can absolutely use the stick foundation, the shade Chenille, to contour with. Just like I use the color Scarlet for my highlight, for my contour, or for my concealer color. Okay, so brows are done. So now what you can do if you needed to clean them up, or if you went a little too big or whatever, you can take the flat side and you can take one of the highlighted colors. I like the white one. And you can grab that and then you can just outline or fill in or whatever. It actually kind of acts as like a magic eraser. So if you needed a little bit of highlighting, or if you needed a little bit of cleanup, that's perfect. The highlight part is perfect for that. How do you do your brows? Thank you. Where on the Instagram page will you link the necklaces? On my Instagram story. So if you go to my Instagram and then you click on my profile picture, the stories will start to play. Let me tell you, my brows never look like that after 5 years. Oh my gosh, you're funny. My hair color style is just like yours. My roots are so long. Oh my gosh, I know, right? Yes, exactly. Thanks, Mel. Okay, so brows are done. So now we're going to do a really pretty kind of pinky eye look. First things first, I always use my eyeliner in the shade Perfect, and I'm just going to line my waterlines with this. This just makes it easier to smoke out the bottom lash line when we're ready for it, so we don't have to do it later. Two birds, one stone. Every powder or liner for my brow balls up does this one. No, it does not. And make sure that you use less pomade. Okay, so eyeliner's on. Now for eyeshadow, we're going to start off with our liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Businesslike. And this is going to be like a matte, kind of like a light pinky kind of color. I totally forgot to get out my brushes. Let's grab this one. Okay, Businesslike is going on. So we're just going to take the liquid eyeshadow and I'm just going to pop this all over my eyelid. I'm not really concerned with where it's going or how much is going there because we're going to blend it all out and it's going to act as our base. So it's going to kind of set the tone color-wise for our eye look today. So I'm going to take Businesslike, and now I'm using the cream brush and I'm just going to blend that out. And I'm going to blend it out into the crease as well. Just like so. And if you haven't tried these liquid eyeliners or liquid eyeshadows, you guys, look at how pretty that is. And I could be done. Boom. Finished. So pretty. I love how easy they are. It's just, you take the little paintbrush and you dab, dab, dab all over your eyelid. And I stick to the actual lid of my eye for this. And then you're going to take your cream brush and then you just dab, dab, dab over it, and this will soften up the color. It'll even it out, and it allows you to blend it out a lot easier You could also do this step with your finger. And then I just kind of tug at it to blend it out. But these are amazing because they're smudge proof, they're crease proof. So if you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles on your eyelids, these are perfect because they're not going to accentuate that. They're going to fill in all of those and still look stunning on. If you wear glasses or have hooded eyes, this is a really good product for you as well because of how pigmented it is. See how it really draws the attention to the eyelid without overpowering it. It really does make a big impact. Yes, the pomade is like a wax, exactly. I have very articulate tear ducts. Does the liner wear off easily? No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. How long does it take to dry? 2-3 seconds. This eye is already dry. This eye is almost dry. Hello from Australia. What color is it again? Is the shade Businesslike. Businesslike is the color. Okay, so now we're going to take our fluffy crease brush, which is this guy. And I'm going to take these colors right here. So this is a quad palette that you can make yourself. So for me, my colors are Understood, Gentle, Slick, and I forgot the color name. Hold on. I always use my brow pencil to get them out because it has a little hole. And then it pops out. And the color names are on the back. Conspicuous. That's the name of it. How conspicuous. Yes, so good. All right, now that we know the names, let's continue. So first things first, we're gonna take Understood, which is this very light matte pink, and we're gonna take it on top of our fluffy crease brush. And now I'm very light hand, take note of where my hand is, towards the back of the brush, and I'm just going to dust this throughout the outside corner and then the the crease, and then up onto the brow bone a little bit. And this is just going to kind of blend out businesslike, and it's again going to kind of set the tone for the color of this eye look. So I'm like swirling in this outside corner, and then always when you're doing your crease, always think rainbow, rainbow, zigzag. So rainbow, rainbow, and then you'll zigzag through the eyelid a little bit, and that will soften up the lines so it doesn't look like it's just stamped on there. Dark blue eyes, pinks would actually look really good on dark blue eyes. So the shade that I'm actually using now would be really pretty. So again, this is the color Understood in the pressed eyeshadows. All right, so now that we have Understood on, now see how it just kind of carries up and blends out a little bit, which is really pretty. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this color right here, which is Conspicuous. It's a more metallic, kind of purpley pink, and I'm going to grab it on the same brush, the fluffy crease brush, and now I'm just going to focus that color in this outside corner, just like this. And this is just going to create a little bit more depth since it is a darker shade, and I'm going to take that up onto the brow bone a little bit. So basically like a V is what we're sticking to. You can actually shop all of my outfits and stuff on my Like It to Know It, which is right here. Go ahead and pin that. It's a free app, and I actually link almost all of my different outfits and jewelry and stuff on there. But like I said, it's a free app, so you just download Like to Know It and follow me on there. And my name on there is Rhea Hope, just like it is everywhere else. The shadows works great. Just curious if you're going to do something for green eyes anytime soon. Yeah, I've actually done quite a few tutorials for green eyes. I usually will label the tutorial if I'm doing an eyeshadow like for specific eye colors. But you can always message me and I can give you a recommendation on what colors that you can use to really make your eye color pop. Just let me know what your eye color are. I love the mauve and pink family. Me too. I've always been a sucker for a pink eye look. I don't know why, but I just think they look so pretty on. All right, so I'm just kind of building up this color very slowly because it is a little bit darker. I want to make sure that I have really good control over how much is going on and where it's going. So I just am like building this up slowly. And then now that I'm pretty much done with it, now I'm just kind of taking a little bit of that and pressing this in this outside corner like that. Just like so. So now that we have most of our colors on, now I'm going to take my liner shader brush and I'm going to use the liner or the shader side of the brush, and I'm going to grab this color right here, which is Slick. It's this really, really pretty metallic, kind of like peachy pink. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to press this on the inner corner and the lid. And this is just going to kind of fade into that other color that we have on. And really just make our eyes pop. Just like this. And instead of like sweeping or swiping or anything like that, we're pressing. Press, press, press. This color Slick is actually really similar to the color Businesslike that we use, but it's more metallic. Which these colors that I'm using are not glittery. They have really great hold, meaning that there's no like fallout. You don't get a bunch of eyeshadow underneath your eyes when you're done. They look really lovely. Lovely. Okay. Ta-da! All right, now that we have pretty much everything on, I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush in the shade Understood again, and I'm just very lightly going to touch up the crease color to blend that out a little. Just like that. All right, now I'm going to take my liner side, and I'm going to take this darker, I'm going to mix these two colors together. So Understood and, what did I say that color name was? Conspicuous? I can't say that without saying it funny. Conspicuous. And I'm just going to drag this underneath the lower lash line, and this is just going to give it more of a cohesive finished look. Like that. I believe we are through May as well. They haven't announced anything to us yet. As far as I know, they were going to readdress it on May 1st, I think. I don't know. Who knows? Not Link's colors. What did you want to know, Jax? Everything I'm using is actually available on my website, if anyone was asking that. My website is rayahopebeauty.com. It's going to be pinned in the comments right here, rayahopebeauty.com. And then if you need any recommendation or any help picking out products, you can always just message me, a selfie facing a window, and I can give you a recommendation on what products to get or what colors to use or whatever. All right, so now that we have that lined underneath, now this is a little trick that I like doing. I like to take a empty brush and then I'll just sweep away any eyeshadow that may have fallen, and then I like to take my blending bud that had my concealer on it, and I just very quickly dab this underneath the eye. This kind of cleans up any eyeshadow that may have fallen, and it also kind of sharpen this outside corner up just a touch. All right, now that our eyes are done, we're going to set our makeup, and then I'm going to do a really pretty complementing lipstick combo. All right, so setting your makeup is so important, you guys. Like, the most important factor on doing your makeup, because it's going to take away the makeup-y look, it's going to take away the powdery look, it's going to help everything stay in place all day. I love to set my makeup before I do my mascara, because I think that when I put on my mascara and then I spray with my setting spray, it makes my lashes more wet, which can cause transferring. So I like to do the opposite. Okay, so now I'm going to take the lash primer and I'm going to coat my lashes with this, going from the base of the lash all the way up, just like that. And then same thing on this side, base of the lash all the way up. So what the primer does is it not only helps to curl your lashes, but it also gives even more length and volume to your lashes, and it helps to hydrate them. So honestly, it's a win-win-win across the board. But I love it because it gives your eyelashes even more length and volume. All right, so now that we have our lash primer on, now we are going to go to the 4D mascara, and I'm going to do a coat of this going from the base of the lash all the way up, just like so, and then coat along the back side. And this mascara, you guys, is the bomb. It is so incredibly good. It has fibers and gel infused in it, and it has no fallout of the fibers, which I think is so cool. But it gives you the best length and volume to your lashes. So just like so, And then same thing here on the bottom, base of the lash all the way up, and I just kind of like twist my wrist when I'm applying, or twist my fingers. And you kind of want to like blink onto the wand like that. So just like this. And I kind of work in like quadrants of my lashes, and then along the back side I'll just kind of dust this along the backs. And like I said, you could do as many coats of this as you're wanting without it looking heavy or cakey or clumpy or whatever. But so that is lashes, and now for lips, we're going to do the lip liner in the shade Prudent. And then I'm going to show you guys a really pretty kind of pinky lip look. It's good. I'll give you guys a patio update probably later today on my Instagram stories. I don't ever really do false lashes now. I don't like how heavy they feel on my eyes, to be honest. Okay, so now for our lips, we're going to do a really pretty kind of pinky lip color. I've never done this combination, so hopefully it looks good. So we're going to do the lip liner in the shade Prudent first. And gonna line my lips with this, and this is seriously the best lip liner ever. It gives the best hold, smudge proof, crease proof, resistant on all factors. It's so good. It stays where you put it. And I'm going to fill in my whole lip with this. And this is my favorite color because of how like natural and nude it is. So it's perfect for overdrawing your lips. Okay. So now that we have Prudent all on, now I'm going to take the lipstick in the shade Sumptuous, which is a really pretty kind of like, I don't know, cotton pink, like that. And we're going to pop that right on. And I'm going to take all that lip liner. All right, so now that we have that basically on, I didn't like really fine tune it because I'm going to take my ring finger and blend that in together. And this is kind of where we're fine tuning that. Okay, so now that we have that on, now last thing, and I feel like this is going to be a really important step, is we're going to take the lip gloss in the shade Luxe, which is more of a nude lip gloss, and we're going to pop that right on top and see how it kind of alters the color. This is really pretty. It's exactly what I was picturing. And there we go. There is the lip. Kind of like a really pretty, like pinky nude almost. But I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial, and I hope you guys, if you didn't catch the beginning, watch the replay to decide which foundation option is best for you. But if you guys need any recommendations or any help or anything, just let me know, and I'm here to help you guys. Everything is available right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. I'm going to give you guys a full makeup list in the comments below, so if you haven't commented something, make sure you comment hello or hi or whatever. That way Facebook will alert you when I comment next with the product list. I'll also upload this makeup look to the looks tab on my website, which is right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. And then under looks, you can find, if you search Rhea Hope, you can find all of my makeup looks, which will have the tutorials attached as well as the product list. And you can even just like add to cart and it will go all to your cart, which is really cool. So it's a really easy way to shop. But let me know if you guys need any color matches. Just send me a selfie facing a window. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. And make sure you are following me over on Instagram to get outfit details and house details and all the fun things over on Instagram stories. My name there is Rhea Hope. When you blow dry your hair, do you use a round brush? Yes, I love the small round brush from Launch. Message me and I can give you my link, Angela. Thank you. Honestly, this makeup brand makes it easy. Practice makes better, and what better time to practice than when we're all stuck at home, right? So, like I said, message me if you guys need anything. As a recap, on my eyes, we did the liquid eyeshadow in Businesslike, and then we did the pressed eyeshadow colors in the shades Sleek or Slick, Sleek, Gentle, which I forgot to actually put that one on. Conspicuous and Understood. And before, because I did forget, I'm going to take my crease brush and I'm going to grab Gentle and I'm going to pop this on the inner corner. Right now. Because that's what I intended. There. Better. And then on my lips, we did the lip gloss in Luxe, the liquid lipstick in Sumptuous, and the lip liner in Prudent. So that's the little lip kit that we did today. So thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and click that share button in your bottom left-hand corner, and I will see you next time. Bye.